Hey friends, welcome back to Irini's Corner. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to do the modified alpine stitch. The alpine stitch is trendy these days and it is a textured stitch. And with this modification, we're adding more texture into it. So let's get started. So to begin our pattern for today, we're gonna need to crochet an even number of foundation chains. So we're gonna start with our starting knot and chain any even number that you want to start your pattern with. So here I have 22 foundation chains, and I like to work into the bump of the stitch. So I'm turning my foundation chain to expose the bump or the back of it. Skip the first stitch and start working into the next stitch from the hook. And for the first row, we're going to be working single crochet. So insert the hook into the stitch, pull a loop, yarn over, and go through the 2 loops. To start the second row, I'm gonna stretch the loop I have on my hook to the height of a double crochet stitch. And this is a way to avoid having a hole on the edge of my work when I'm doing double crochet. So after stretching the loop, I'm gonna chain 1. And then I'm gonna start working into the first stitch and do a double crochet. So yarn over, insert the hook into the first stitch, pull a loop, yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over and go through 2. This way we have a neat edge on our side of the work. And for the rest of this row, we're gonna be doing a double crochet into each stitch. So to start row number 3, I'm gonna chain 1. This is a regular stitch, not a stretched one. And then I'm gonna start working a single crochet throughout this row. So for rows 1, 2, and 3, these are the base on which I'm gonna start working my pattern. Okay, after finishing the row of single crochet, I did the last stitch, but I didn't finish it because I need to switch now to my second color. So I'm gonna grab the end of the yarn and finish the stitch with color number 2. Pull the ends, and then I'm gonna stretch that loop a little bit to the height of a double crochet stitch, and then chain 1. Now turn the work to the other side, and into the first stitch I'm gonna work a double crochet. So yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, pull a loop, yarn over and go through 2, and yarn over and go through the last 2. For the next stitch, I'm gonna be working around the post of row number 2. So row number 2 was a row of double crochet stitches. So for the next stitch, I'm not gonna work into that stitch. I'm gonna be working around the post underneath it. So I'll work a front post puff stitch. So I'll yarn over, go around the post from the front to the back and out on the front side, pull a loop, and then yarn over, go around the post again and pull a loop, and then yarn over and go around the post for the last time and pull a loop. Now I have 7 loops on my hook. I'll yarn over and pull through 6 only. Now I have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through these two. This is the first front post puff stitch. I'm gonna skip one stitch on the row below and then work a double crochet stitch into the next stitch. Now I'm ready to repeat the front post puff stitch. So skip the next post, this one, and then work around the following one, yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over and pull a loop, and then yarn over and pull a loop, 7 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 6, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Skip one stitch and do a double crochet into the following stitch. And we're gonna repeat the front post puff again. So at the end of the row, I did my last front post puff stitch and I have 2 stitches remaining. I'll skip one stitch and into the last one I'm gonna do a double crochet. And then for row 5 I'm gonna do a row of single crochet stitches. So chain 1, turn the work and start working your way back with single crochet into each stitch. At the end of row 5 I did the last stitch, the last single crochet stitch, but I didn't finish it because I need to switch back to color 1. So I'm gonna finish using color 1. Now I'm gonna stretch my loop to the height of a double crochet stitch, chain 1, and then start the row by working a double crochet into the first 2 stitches. So this is the difference between row 6 and row 4. In row 4 we started the front post puff into the second stitch, but in row 6 we did an extra double crochet, and then we're gonna be working the front post puff stitch around the post 2 rows below. Next we're gonna skip one stitch and work a double crochet into the following stitch and repeat again the front post puff followed by a double crochet into the next stitch and finish the row with that repeat. At the end of the row we did the last front post puff stitch and we have 3 stitches remaining. We're gonna skip one stitch and then do a double crochet into the last 2 stitches. So if we look at our row, we started with 2 double crochet stitches and we ended the row with 2 double crochet as well. Now we're ready to start our way backwards with a row of single crochet. So I'm gonna chain 1, turn the work and work a row of single crochet for row 7. So after finishing this row, we're gonna switch back to color number 2 at the end of it and start working a repeat of our pattern. So the repeat for our pattern today is rows 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is what our pattern looks like after working the repeat a couple of more times. The texture is amazing, it's very rich. The alpine stitch by itself is textured, but with working the pattern with front post puffs, the texture is richer. And that was it for today's tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please share it with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell button. Until next time, take care and keep crocheting.